It's the most common non-skin cancer in America, and it could impact an important man in your life. We're talking about prostate cancer, which will hit 1 out of every 8 men. As our Evrod Cassimy explains, this cancer hits black men the hardest. He met 4 men inside a Detroit barbershop who opened up about an uncomfortable topic, but one that could save a life.
Set me up with a urologist. I went in, I was tested, and they saw that I had prostate cancer.
58-year-old Jesse Douglas remembers the day he got the diagnosis. It was about 1 year ago.
How did you feel?
Wow, okay, because I had no symptoms. I had no idea. Biggest thing that I dealt with was getting up every morning for treatment.
Jesse shared his story in front of other men at Classic Effects Barbershop on McNichols on Detroit's west side. Despite the diagnosis and the unknown road ahead of him, he wasn't scared.
Really, I wasn't. I guess because I'm a believer in God, you know, that all things are possible.
I went through it before, too.
These men at the barbershop had more in common than they initially knew. Jesse, 58, had prostate cancer. Kenneth Russ, age 28, has a family history of prostate cancer. Thomas Whitaker, age 57, gets checked annually for prostate cancer. And Dr. Isaac Powell, age 81, is a urologic oncologist. 4 black males, a demographic hit hardest by the disease, talking openly about the oftentimes taboo topic. According to the American Cancer Society, 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. Prostate cancer is more likely to develop in older men and non-Hispanic black men.
What I'm saying is it follows the slave trade, suggesting that there's a genetic component contributing to this distribution of aggressive prostate cancer in men of sub-Saharan West African background.
While it's a serious disease, most men diagnosed with it do not die from it. Dr. Powell explains that early detection is key.
American Cancer Society says that African Americans should be tested at age 45, and there are others who, including myself, think that it should be done earlier at age 40.
Thomas Whitaker gets tested every year.
You're going to feel uncomfortable for a second, which is not a problem. Man up and just go. And that's part of your physical.
Most doctors don't like to do it either. That's why they'll just order a PSA as opposed to doing a rectal examination. Well, most men don't have pain. What they feel is pressure, as opposed to pain. And that's only while the procedure is being done. The procedure may take 10 to 15 or 20 seconds at the most.
And Dr. Powell would know. He's a prostate cancer survivor himself, diagnosed in 1997. After the digital rectal exam, a PSA, or prostate-specific antigen blood test, is done. And if cancer is suspected, a biopsy will confirm.
Okay, so here we are a year after your diagnosis. You've been cancer-free for what, about 9 months?
9 months. It'll be a year in November.
Jesse Douglas and Dr. Powell are proof that early detection can be life-saving. Treatment for prostate cancer includes surgery or radiation. Jesse opted for radiation every morning for 3 months. Dr. Powell chose surgery. Both are living testimonies for even younger men like Kenneth Russ.
My plan is honestly going earlier because I know that cancer is in my family.
It's better to know than not to know.
And Dr. Powell also explained that one of the side effects after prostate cancer treatment can be loss of sexual function after surgery, but that can also happen after radiation as well. The younger you are, the more likely that can resolve on its own, but the older you are, it can be treated with a number of different options. Bottom line here is that it is important to get checked and to get checked early. In Detroit, Evrod Cassimy, Local 4.
Very cool those men were willing to gather together and have that conversation. Thank you, Evrod. By the way, early prostate cancer usually doesn't have symptoms, but the most common symptom is trouble with urination. So if you have this issue, please talk to your doctor about some possible causes.